Greetings, fellow Ammonites. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 74, Roasting. To briefly recap last stream, we have been investing a lot of research into trying to make Shellbell whole. So we have Shellbell's shell, this shell over here, waiting for a consciousness. And we're going through the SX, VX1, and VX2 research in order to put her consciousness into that body. And then towards the, most of the episode, we were working towards freezing these rivers so that they cannot be infestation vectors anymore. And then the last project we undertook, as you can see in the top right, is starting the Temple to the Cat. And that is where we pick off. So, the research at least is claimed for now. There's not much that's going to go on besides working towards VX2 research, unless once SX finishes up, I'll ask you if you think I should pivot and change. I will leave that up to you. There's also some other things that I can do now that we're not using the skill grinder. I can turn off the antenna. In fact, I can just uninstall it. That might be even more reasonable. And then I can turn back on the emanators. These skill servers can be uninstalled as well. And I think what I'm going to do is store them here. These skill servers in the antenna. So, critically important that the I-500 skill and the SkyMind antennas are just stored here. There's no need to have them deployed where they're targetable from tantrums. They're particularly expensive pieces of technology, so they would be highly likely to be targeted. And then let's also put the security in here as well. Done. Lady Shell, thank you for the bits. JFed and Old Mamino, thank you for the resubs. JFed, you wanted to be yellow, if I recall. So, let me do that. Another thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to stop accidentally letting the robots out. Now, there are some instances, specifically weddings, that it cannot be helped. Not really. But in all other instances, it would be nice if that was not a recurring thing that happens. Alright, so Amun-Ra, or actually, Elizabeth, you do this. Yeah, getting them into burkas is what I do intend to do to get them sort of more hidden, I guess. Alright, there's JFed. Still don't have the burqa. One thing that I speculated as a possible goal last stream was to move the tailoring up here and then leave it to Lady Shell, who is our crafting bot. I think that's not all that unreasonable. John and Mugaplex, thank you for the resubs as well. Cheers. I'll drink to that. Oh man, that is super hot coffee. Okay, I'll sip to that. That's what I meant to say. Now, other potential projects is to freeze the entry hallways because they're still infestation vectors. Obviously, it's not just going to be the Sphinx. This is only the first step of a multi-step build a Temple to the Cat process. At the moment, we are allowing new guests. Okay. Nice. We just don't have any. But we're looking pretty solid. Another potential goal is the Bastet Spear. So we have 2 quests for the spear. And that is the last relic that we'll need in our reliquaries. Other potential goals is to move Amun-Ra's sleeping quarters into the lab and whatever else you could think of. So once I make a little bit more progress on the Temple of the Cat and the research, I'll be opening it up to everybody else's suggestions. I think what I'm going to do, because I am not so overwhelmed by tasks at the moment, is to have Amun-Ra start making said clothing. Also, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to double wall this here. So I'm going to move the water well over a bit so I can wall this up from the inside. How much grass do we have now? 59? Oh my goodness. Are my guest beds set to a price? So the nice ones are with an attractiveness somewhere in the 60s and 70s. Actually, this one could be a little bit pricier. Yeah, 160s is the price for these, and then, or the attractiveness for these, and then these are free beds. And that Sphinx is maybe a 9th done. Gives you an idea of how much effort it is. It's no easy task. New goal, covered the desert in anima grass. And here's JFed. Mining and building. Mine. Build. The mine and build bot. Now that the... Oh, okay. Now that the robots have their full passions and skills, it's also possible to put them into tier 3 bodies. If you want, I suppose. They don't need to be, but it wouldn't hurt. Alright, Amun-Ra, what are you working on? You are just hanging out. Alright, so what I want you to do is to go fix that cooler. The cooler that broke. I did build it so that it's not all that likely that just one missing cooler is going to be the Achilles heel of my freezing project. Oh, and Lady Shell finished the... What the heck? You're a level 20 crafter, and you made a normal plasteel plate armor. Are you trying to hurt my feelings? Because if you are, you're doing a pretty good job of it. Promoted in the Hurt Amun-Ra's Feelings Employee of the Month. Because that's a totally real award that I give out. Did you do it blindfolded? It might... Whoa, what are you... You're making a blank? Wait, hold on. I didn't... That wasn't voted on. You cut that out, lady. She was queuing up the 3 blanks. Stop it. Okay, so the coolers have been fixed. One thing that I don't have research for, which could become a problem, is if we ever have a feedback event in there. I don't have fire foam, and it would be very challenging to fight a fire in there, because it would just be Amun-Ra trying to fight the fire, which, as you could imagine, would be kind of sketchy. So Guero, I see your armor. I just can't get to it at the moment. Amun-Ra's hands are tied. Those insects sure made a whole lot of kibble. That is nice. Are androids flammable? Well, the androids can't get there. Not without, you know, a lot of issue. But their flammability, let's see. I don't think they're flammable, but I don't even see a flammability here. Inspired trade for Amun-Ra. Okay, question for all of you. First poll of the day. Should Amun-Ra... Well, actually, I don't need to go on a trade run. How should Amun-Ra trade? Go on a trade caravan or call in traders? There you go. Polls up. Timer's up. How do you think we should do this? The closest communities to trade with aren't too far away. Oh, wow. My relationship with the Army Union is dropping pretty fast. There. Little light fromming around. Sounds like I'm burned out on caravans this week. Oh, man. Yeah, a little bit. For those that don't know what he's referring to, the playtest for next week's miniseries required a lot of caravanning, and it didn't work. So the idea has been tabled, but I would be happy never to have to caravan again in my life. Calling in traders is obviously pretty convenient. So Valor, yeah, you are not losing any certainty. Plex is, however. It's actually kind of to my benefit that Valor doesn't lose certainty because it allows him to use the fire pots. It's not me trying to exploit the rules or anything. He's just unwilling to convert. And as the rules are stated, the Ammonites cannot use ranged weapons, but he is not an Ammonite. He lives here, but he is not one of us, so it's fine. Marvelous Mike and Guero, good. Aviator's coming out in about 5 days. He's stubborn and legs fire. Yeah, that summarizes it pretty accurately. Eating and the toilet. Interesting choice. Wouldn't be my choice. Alright, one thing that I wanted to do is to get a little bit of Tinctoria again. So I'm going to plant it where the heal root was. And it looks like you guys want me to call in traders, so I will be doing that in just a moment. I'm going to finish up this robe. Oh, apparently I'm going to finish up 2 robes and then call them in. Cargo pods, a kibble from the sky. That works for me. Freeze-dried space food. So the work drive... Are you still on? No, you're not on work drive anymore. I'm still going to have Macho do the Sphinx construction. He's definitely the fastest constructor, I'd assume. In fact, I don't need to assume that. Let's see here. Stats. Construction speed would be Macho by a lot. Like, so much. Oh my goodness, so much. So, yep. Definitely don't need anyone else trying to make this Sphinx. He'll single-handedly do it. You have 2 specialties? No, you don't. Well, okay, intellectual and crafting. JFED just happens to have 3, but mining wouldn't be a fun specialty to have. I suppose I could leave it up to chat to see if we want to add more skills to the bots. I just figured I was done, because functionally I don't really have need of any other skills for them. Dwarf bot? Yeah. Pretty much. They can't ever trade Co-Monkey because they can't go anywhere to do the trading. So, social is a worthless, useless skill for robots. They could take over tailoring, but that would have to be a voted goal because it would require me to move a significant amount of material and infrastructure. They could orbital trade, sure, yeah, they could orbital trade. The thing is, they're also robots, so their trade price improvement stats are really bad, at least for now. So even if they were pumped full of social, because of the fact that they're robots and because they're in tier 1 bodies, they're not going to be able to do much trading. But I think skilling them up for the rare occurrence of orbital trade is probably not worth the effort. But again, it can be pulled for all of you. So if you want that to happen, just propose it as a goal when the vote suggestions open up. All right, Elizabeth, I am going to paint you. We have purple, we have yellow. I'm going to go with cyan unless you tell me otherwise. All right, Amun-Ra, are you done with the... No, you're still not done with the robes. It has been hard to keep the colony clothed. I'll say that much. So for animal hauling, I'm going to allow the animal haulers to go grab that plasteel armor. Let's also get rid of the forced haul. I don't need that anymore. So, temple. What was it? 1900 to start or something like that? 18 something? We're getting there. So then the next thing I wanted to add here is animal sleep spots. And the question I have for all of you is, what do you want me to add? The animal beds or jade sleeping boxes? What should we build for cat beds? Fabric, animal beds, jade, sleeping boxes, or other viewer suggestions. Which is more comfortable? So, a sleeping bed, by default, has a comfort of 75%. But then, of course, it depends on quality. And then the sleeping boxes have a comfort of 60%. So the sleeping boxes would be less comfortable, but the market price of a jade one would be more valuable. So it depends on whether you want high value sleeping spots or comfortable ones. And then in terms of the immunity gain, because if that's a thing, let's go. So the immunity gain factor speed of a cloth bed is 7 extra %, and then the immunity gain of a box is 5%. So it's pretty negligible in terms of the difference. Okay, the animal haulers have hauled that armor out. So it's got to be down here. Oh, Maxu is stealing it. Right as I look, I see Maxu just swiping it out from under Guero. So Guero, you can wear his uranium, I guess. Could be worse. Was a dirty trick, Maxu. Very dirty trick. I could also do gold boxes, yeah. I'd consider that. Don't have a whole lot of gold. And gold is a highly sought material for advanced electronics, but if you want my gold to be used that way, that's fine too. This is weird. Can you be issued orders? I, for some reason or other, can't tell him to go make that. Oh, because I see. Oh, I know what happened. Guero took off the robe that he was wearing, and then all of a sudden I had 2 out of the 2 95+% robes, and it stopped him mid robe making. I get it now. Okay. Not a bug, just something weird. So I'll make him an extra robe. Hi, bud. We need a royal pet bed mod. You know what mod I am really surprised does not exist yet? Is biosculpting pets. Maybe it does exist. But that one I could really get behind. Because currently, if your pets lose limbs, oh well, they're gone forever. Unless you have EPOE, Advanced Prosthetics and Organ Engineering mod, or some other mod like that. Alright, let's take a look, make sure that everybody is dyed in the correct colors. Okay, Macho is not. Major break! Oh, well, it's you. Just don't go sit in fires, okay? My doctor bot doesn't seem to want a doctor. Oh, because Elizabeth is the I see. So Elizabeth has just been laying here to get painted, and nobody's going to paint. That's actually just sad. Oh, man. You can use Heal Mech Serum on animals, yeah. But it's, you know, there's no reliable way to get Heal Mech Serum. So it's not like a good solution. It's a solution that works, but not a good one, you know what I mean? Alright, now taking a look at all of the clothing. Oh, Firefly's in wrong colors too. Hey Blaster, first time viewer and you're dropping bits? I appreciate it. Welcome. Alright, you guys want fabric beds. Sure thing. I also need to call in a trade caravan, so let's go do that. The nudists are usually pretty picky about when they arrive. So there we go. Now they're coming. And then I'll call in a shaman merchant. And a war merchant. Well, there we go. Kilgore, thanks for gifting out the sub to the new viewer. Very kind of you. So I don't really care what color Valor is, but I'll at least dye him his ideological colors to try to keep him happy-ish. And then Plex is also in her ideological colors, and then Mr. Johns is the only one that needs coloring, as far as I could tell. Kilgore, thanks for all the other gifted subs. Ha! To Velocity Girl. Aloha to you too, Godfather. You had to extinguish fire? Oh, come on. I didn't tell you. You know what? All right, fine. You no longer firefight. You happy? Jeez. What a fussy guy. Inspired taming for Guero. Guero, I think you're actually good at that. Yes, you are. So let's see. I will tame a hippo. For food. So the other thing that is not a voted goal, but I'm going to do it anyway, is to make those burkas. So I'm going to do 3 burkas. We'll make them out of cloth. You know, I'm going to have the robots make their own burkas, I think. If we ever move tailoring responsibilities up to them, they can clothe themselves. Firefly, you're idle. I suppose my animal handlers can try to tame Giraffe. Because they don't try to murder you when you fail. Okay. Now we just need a delivery of marble into the lab. I'll just have the animal haulers do that automatically. So that Amon-Ra doesn't have to do it. Making sure we don't have any damaged technology in the caves, and we don't. Turtle Sandwich, thanks for the resub. 34 months. Holy cow. Alright, this Sphinx is going pretty good. And you guys wanted cloth beds, so let's see, what material do I have an abundance of? I have a lot of pigskin. And plain leather. Maybe I'll do plain leather. I'm definitely going to need to get more pristine limestone. Ooh, visitors. I wonder if they're guests. Oh yeah, they're definitely guests. Let's take a look at them then. Not that I've been able to convince any guests to join us in recent times. This one I like. Be Bray. Oh my lord. What? Silly names. Yep. Just Be Bray. The only one that I'd like to try to add. Kilgore, thanks for the resub as well. How many people are doing entertainment? Definitely not enough. Wait, Guero, you had an Inspire Tame and you failed taming the hippo? I don't know. Someone else must have tried taming the hippo. So if that's the case, don't tame the hippo anymore because they will eat you. I don't currently have enough Devil Strand for each cat to have their own Devil Strand bed. I'd have to wait for the Devil Strand to grow a little bit more. So Devil Strand isn't an option. At least not yet. Ooh, some of these guys are spending the big bucks for the expensive rooms. Look at that. Purple just dropped 90 silver for this. It's a pretty nice guest room. It's probably the nicest accommodation that Purple has ever had in his entire life. So, fair. Very fair. So for now, I'm just going to do animal sleep spots. Parduk. And Tarmarin and Udigal. But they will be upgraded. So in terms of entertainment, I have 4 people doing it. And Bros is probably not even all that good at it. I just don't have enough entertainers to be able to ever recruit anyone. So I set them to be recruited. Mostly as just a way to like build up skill. And not so much that I think they're actually going to be ever recruited. How do we manage to get cats? Orbital trade. A lovely orbital trader came and blessed us with the cats. I'm just prototyping this. The cat barn, or whatever you want to call it, I guess. But I'd like it to be larger than that. So I think what I'm going to do is have this be a bit of a plaza for the monument. And then have the cat barn adjacent to it. I'm just going to let this build first. Oh, comedic music ritual reminder. Thank you. Because we have a ritual coming soon. Get rid of that. We don't need that. You always remind me. You're good at that. So I would say the Sphinx is just about half done. In terms of research, we are 2/3 to VX, the first of the chip implants, but we need, that's just for the surrogates. We need the VX1 and eventually the VX2 chip to be able to remedy Shellbell's condition. So the only one with friends is purple, and that's the one I don't want. Got it. So maybe I'll make the catio opposite. So we'll lay down some flooring around there. Rose upset Toxo 3 times in a row. He has become incredibly offended. Yeah, like I said, we really don't have the entertainers, and they're asking for a really high bar to meet. in order to get recruited, so it is a bit of a problem. And there is a Weapet Rempet opportunity now. Dang, it's pretty hot. How is it the 1st of December and also 101 Fahrenheit up? That's brutal. Oh, right, the climate adjuster. Thank you. Yeah, I should, at some point, clear that. Whether I do or not will be up to you. My guests are buying up all my weapons. I hope they don't buy too many clothes. Actually, I don't think I have them allowed to buy clothing, so that's good. That's actually for the best. Maxu, within a creativity, you are an artist. So, let's see. I will try to make an ammonium form out of jade with Maxu. And I'll do a prediction for it too. What quality will Maxu's art be? Masterwork plus or worse than Masterwork? What do you guys think? I'll give you 5 minutes. And then Maxu. Oh yeah, that's pretty much all you'd ever do is art, so get to it, buddy. Amazed by my hospitality, they will visit again in a few days. What is going on over your head there? I don't want to use up my inspired trade, because it's probably not a lot to trade for, so Firefly, this is on you. I can just sell you stuff, huh? Okay, you have 115. You will go home with a brand new, useless weapons. Congratulations. Man, these are not fetching a good price, are they? Look at him now. Imagine him carrying all that. Like, oh god, it got a balance. Alright, they're all leaving. I could have sold to each individual, but I don't really care. A crude hearing sensor. What the heck? Why do you have that? Purple. Are you a Cylon? Tarmarin just gave birth. In Amun-Ra's bedroom. I mean, we like cats, but do we like cats that much? So let's take a look. We have 2 kittens, a male and a female. I am going to spay the female so we don't end up with like inbred mutant cats. And of course, that signals the first giveaway of the stream. So good luck to you subscribers that are active in the chat between now and when that timer runs out. So this will be kitten 1 and kitten 2. And Thebes have just become a cattery. What is our max target population? Oh, I don't know. I wonder how old Tamarin's 7? So maybe in next litter I'll spay Tamarin and leave. Well, that's still incest, but I don't know. I'll spay them all. And then try to enter in a new breeding pair. I'm now a cat breeder. Never thought that would ever happen. A cat per colonist? So if you take a look at the ideology, answer. Lots of animals per body size. So it kind of depends on... Yeah, body size is a big factor. All right, I do need more cut stone. We will be enclosing the cat beds, yeah. Oh, good, a heat wave. All right, if that's the case, I need to get that climate adjuster. So what is this guarded by? No, not the hunting site. Climate adjuster. Unknown threat. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com as my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my Discord community, Rhadamant.com has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.